I'm Nicole Crane.
And I'm Kevin Condon.
We're ABI's public policy team, and today we want to talk a little bit about some Iowa House races that are open seats. Open seats means that the individual that is currently in the seat has decided not to run again. The Iowa House, for those of you that aren't aware, currently has a 53-47 Republican majority. So there's only about a 2-seat majority advantage because you need 51 votes to pass a bill. So we want to go over some of the seats that are seen as competitive in this election cycle. And as we get closer to Election Day, we'll be talking in more detail about the candidates and what it means for the business community. The first one is House District 15. That's in Council Bluffs. Currently, Representative Brandenburg, who is a Republican, holds that seat. He's retiring to run for county supervisor. I think there was a primary in both the Democrats and Republicans. Kevin, you want to talk a little bit about the numbers in this seat?
Sure. Currently, as Nicole mentioned, it's held by a Republican, Mark Brandenburg, but it heavily leans Democratic by registration numbers are in favor of Democrats by 10 points. So we expect to see that one potentially flip. Again, it leans Democratic, so we'll have to wait and see where the two candidates come down on the business issues. Representative Brandenburg was very supportive of policies that ABI put forward, so we'll hope that whoever comes out of there continues to do so.
The next one is House District 55, currently Representative Roger Thomas, who is from the Decorah, Northeast Iowa area, holds that seat. He is a Democrat. He's been moderate on business issues. There's been a couple of very key economic development proposals that Representative Thomas has been very supportive of. The seat actually leans Republican about 7 points. We don't know a lot about the two candidates that came out of their primaries. Rick Edwards is a Democrat. Daryl Brandhagen is a Republican. So in the next couple of months, we'll be learning more about them and where they stand on business issues.
Next up, we have House District 91, which is currently held by Representative Mark Lofgren, Republican from Muscatine, who gave up the seat to run for Congress, the congressional primary in Congressional District 2. The Democrat in the race now is John DeBeat, who has actually been a candidate in the past, ran against Representative Lofgren, I believe, last time. And on the Republican side is Gary Carlson, which he emerged from a competitive primary. We know that Gary is a business executive in Muscatine, so we feel pretty confident about where he's going to come down on some of the ABI issues put forward.
It looks like the numbers in this district are very close, and so it sounds like this is going to be a race that we really want to keep an eye on. And again, Representative Lofgren was very supportive of business issues. We're hoping that whoever comes out of this race will do so. So stay tuned, especially those of you in Muscatine. You will be hearing more about this race from us, and we want to hear feedback from you. The last district is House District 97. That is currently held by Representative Steve Olson. He was actually the Speaker Pro Tem of the Iowa House as well. He is a Republican. That's a little outside the Clinton area, DeWitt. What are some of those other communities? That's really the large community. It's mostly a rural area. In House District 97. Both the candidates had a competitive primary. The two candidates that emerged was Jay Saxon on the Democrat side and Norlin Momsen on the Republican side. He is a farmer in the area. We don't know a lot about Saxon yet. We hope to get to know him in the next couple of months. And what's the numbers look like on that race, Kevin?
Yeah, right now it leans Republican by about 1 percentage point. And some of the outlying areas in the rural communities like Comanche, we'll have to see how those numbers end up as far as what the voter turnout is in those more rural counties. We do know that upticket, the Senate seat is currently in play as well, so would expect to see a pretty decent turnout for that race, for the House race as well.
Well, it seems like seat 91 and 97, both currently held by Republicans. Those are two important seats for the Republicans to hold on to in order to maintain their current majority of 53-47. So it seems for all of you who are following the legislative races that the House is very much a competitive, lots of competitive races. It is very much in play, much like the Iowa Senate. I would encourage you to take a look at our Iowa Senate video as well, but please stay tuned for the next couple of months as we get closer to elections to learn more about the candidates.